The observation deck of the Eternal Reach offered a view that should have inspired awe. Stars stretched across the void like diamonds scattered on black velvet, but Commander Eva Torres saw only the approaching fleet. 300 warships, each one bristling with weapons that could crack planets. The Krell Dominion had come to collect what they believed was theirs, humanity itself. "They're hailing us again," Lieutenant James Park said from his station. His voice remained steady despite the tremor in his hands. Eva nodded. "Put them through." The holographic display shimmered to life, revealing the angular features of High Sentinel, Vorn. His species had conquered 47 civilizations in the past 3 centuries. Humanity would be the 48th, or so he believed. "Commander Torres, your resistance has been noted and found amusing. Surrender your vessel and prepare for integration into the Dominion. Your species will serve admirably as laborers in the outer colonies." Eva met his gaze without flinching. "We've been over this, Vorn. Humanity doesn't kneel." The alien's expression shifted into what might have been a smile. "Then humanity will cease to exist. Your fleet is destroyed. Your colonies are ash. This ship and its 2,000 souls are all that remain of your kind. I offer you survival, limited as it may be. Refuse, and I will demonstrate why 4 dozen species chose servitude over extinction." The transmission ended, leaving Eva staring at the tactical display. He wasn't lying. Earth was gone, reduced to fragments by Krell bombardment 3 months ago. The colonial worlds had fallen one by one. The Eternal Reach, a colony ship converted for evacuation, held the last remnants of human civilization in its sprawling habitat sections. "Ma'am," Park said quietly, "engineering reports the jump drive is ready. We could try to run." "They'd overtake us in an hour," Eva replied. "Their drives are faster. We'd just die tired." She walked to the forward viewport and pressed her palm against the cold, transparent aluminum. Behind her, somewhere in the habitat rings, 2,000 people went about their routines. Some knew what was coming. Others clung to hope that she would find a miracle. There were no miracles left. "All hands, this is the commander." Her voice echoed through every corridor and cabin. "I won't lie to you. The Krell fleet will be in weapons range in 20 minutes. I want you to know that serving with you, living among you, has been the greatest honor of my life. Whatever comes next, remember that we chose to face it as free people. Torres out." She closed the channel before her voice could break. "Ma'am," Park said, and something in his tone made her turn. "There's one thing we haven't tried?" Eva frowned. "I'm listening. The prototype. The one we've been hauling in Bay 7 since we evacuated the research station at Proxima." Eva's blood chilled. "The quantum cascade device." "James, that thing is theoretical. The scientists said it might work, or it might create a singularity that swallows half this sector." "Does it matter?" Park's eyes were bright. "We're dead anyway. At least this way, we go out trying something." Eva's mind raced through the possibilities. The device was designed to tap into quantum foam, extracting energy from the fundamental structure of reality itself. In theory, it could power Earth for 1,000 years. In practice, the calculations suggested it might unravel causality in unpredictable ways. "Get me Dr. Alan Reeves from Cryo," Eva ordered. "If we're doing this, I want someone who understands the science." 15 minutes later, the elderly physicist stood on the bridge, his expression grave as he reviewed the data on Park's console. "Commander, I appreciate the desperation, but activating this device could have consequences far beyond our immediate situation. We're talking about manipulating the substrate of space-time. The cascade could propagate indefinitely. Or it could save us," Eva said. Reeves shook his head. "At what cost? We don't know what this will do. It could create a wave that destabilizes every star system it touches. We could be condemning billions of other lives to save our own." Eva looked out at the Krell fleet, now visible as bright points advancing through the dark. Those billions already live under Krell rule, or the threat of it. Maybe we give them a chance. Or maybe we destroy them all, Reeves countered. Commander, I'm begging you. Let me run more calculations. Give me time to understand the variables. We have 10 minutes. The old man's shoulders slumped. Then I hope whatever God you believe in is feeling merciful. The device sat in Bay 7 like a sleeping titan, a sphere of exotic matter suspended in a magnetic containment field. Engineers had scrambled to connect it to the ship's power grid, bypassing safety systems that screened warnings about the energy levels involved. Ava stood in the bay's observation room, watching technicians make final adjustments. Through the viewport, she could see the Krell fleet, close enough now that individual ship profiles were visible. Charging sequence initiated, Park reported over the comm. Core temperature rising. Quantum flux is within predicted parameters. How long until we can fire? Eva asked. 90 seconds. Ma'am, the Krell are hailing again. Ignore them. Reeves stood beside her, his face pale. Commander, I'm reading cascade propagation vectors that shouldn't be possible. If this activates, it won't just affect local space. The effect will spread, possibly indefinitely. What kind of effect? I don't know. The equations break down. It could be anything from a minor spatial distortion to a complete restructuring of physical laws in the affected region. Eva closed her eyes. This was it. The moment where she chose between certain death and cosmic roulette. 2,000 lives in her hands, and potentially countless more. 30 seconds, Park announced. The Krell fleet opened fire. Lance beams, brilliant and terrible, reached across the void. The Eternal Reach shuddered as shields absorbed the impact, but everyone knew the barriers wouldn't hold for long. 20 seconds. Eva thought about Earth, about walking through Central Park on autumn mornings, about humanity's long climb from caves to stars, about all the things they'd never do now, all the songs that would never be sung. 10 seconds. She thought about the Krell, about their empire of chains, about the 47 species that had bent rather than break, about whether survival in servitude was really survival at all. 5 seconds. She thought about the unknown, about civilizations they'd never meet, worlds they'd never see, about the moral weight of risking everything for everyone, because the alternative was losing themselves. Fire, Eva whispered. Park's hand came down on the activation control. The universe screamed. Light erupted from the Eternal Reach, but it was light that had no business existing in normal space. It bent at impossible angles, passed through solid matter as if it were suggestion rather than substance. The Krell fleet vanished, not destroyed but simply erased, removed from the equation of existence. The wave expanded, a sphere of restructured reality, growing at speeds that mocked conventional physics. Eva watched through sensors that could barely interpret what they detected. Stars flickered and changed. Space itself seemed to breathe. And then, silence. The ship's systems came back online one by one. Damage reports filtered in, all miraculously minor. The habitat rings were intact. Life support functioned. 2,000 heartbeats continued their rhythm. Report, Eva commanded, her voice hoarse. The Krell fleet is gone, Park said, wonder in his voice. Not destroyed. Gone. There's no debris, no energy signatures. It's like they never existed. Reeves was frantically checking his instruments. The cascade is propagating through subspace. Commander, it's spreading across the entire sector. Maybe farther. I'm detecting alterations to the fundamental constants in affected regions. What kind of alterations? The physicist looked up, and for the first time, there was something like hope in his eyes. The Krell jump drives. They relied on a specific quantum interaction that no longer exists in the affected space. They can't jump, can't travel faster than light. But our drives use a different principle. We're unaffected. Eva felt the weight of understanding settle on her shoulders. We just crippled the Dominion. More than that, Reeves said. Any species using similar technology is grounded. But it's not just that. I'm seeing changes that could affect everything from weapon systems to communication arrays. Commander, we've rewritten the rules of warfare across hundreds of light years. Park was reviewing long-range scans. Ma'am, I'm picking up signals. Other ships, non-Krell, some are sending thanks. They're calling us liberators. Eva walked back to the viewport, looking out at a universe that was subtly different now. Changed. By a choice made in desperation by people who refused to surrender their humanity. Set course for the nearest inhabited system, she ordered, and send a message on all frequencies. Tell them that humanity survives. Tell them that the age of Krell domination is over. Tell them that we're ready to help build whatever comes next. As the eternal reach turned toward distant stars, Eva allowed herself a moment of reflection. They had gambled with forces beyond understanding, and somehow, impossibly, they had won. Not just survival, but a chance to reshape a corner of the galaxy. She had braced for death, but humanity had chosen defiance. And in that choice, they had shattered not just a fleet, but the foundations of an empire. The cosmos would never be the same.